I am a big fan of Star Wars, and I am a big fan of Roblox. However, rarely these two have ever been mixed well, not because of copyright issues, but because of the community. Until today, because I stumbled upon Clone Wars Project. Now, you might be thinking, isn't this one of those Star Wars groups that just train and make you recite the Jedi Code? Surprisingly, no. I would put this new community in between a milsim and a roleplay group, and so far it's actually been enjoyable. Let's put some emphasis on the new part, as the game only released into alpha on the 17th of January. In search of something fun to do, I of course joined. First, you must submit a wave application, which are open for short windows of time. Very unfortunate for anyone who isn't American though, because I had to wake up at 6 AM to paste my stupid application in. Otherwise, easy peasy. Now, I'm about to complain about this game a lot, but don't take it too much to heart. I'd suggest watching to the end to hear my final take on the game. Next, join the Cadet Academy. This is how you get trained to be a clone, and it's sectioned into 4 different phases. Phase 1 to 3, and the graduate phase. Phase 1 is what I'd call an attention span test. They just tell you about the basic stuff, as well as how the community and game works. How does it work, you ask? Well, let me tell you, there are normal events and PD permadeath events. Normal events are just drills or combat scenarios. However, they don't affect the community or lore of the story. PD events will directly affect the story and the galactic map. Oh, by the way, there's an entire campaign system with attrition and supply lines. What is permadeath? Well, if you die during one of these events, you die for real. Your character and progress is all wiped, and you are forced to leave all the groups you're in, losing your rank and place in whatever unit you're in. No takesy-backsies. During both normal and PD events, you must remain quote-unquote in character, essentially just don't be stupid. If you get past this wall of information, you move on to phase 2, the useless phase. You sit in a classroom again, and you get talked to, really slowly, about formations that you likely already know and will never use.
Don't click off yet. Apparently if I show you analytics in the middle of the video, you'll subscribe. Good soldiers follow orders. Okay, gotta go, bye.
After that, you go to a firing range and shoot in probably one of the worst target systems I've ever seen. There's this little green square that you shoot, which moves around sometimes, very slowly. There are also really slow obstacles that move around, sometimes just completely blocking you from hitting any of your shots for a full 3 seconds. By the way, you are timed and your accuracy and the amount of shots you are taking is affecting if you pass or if you do not pass. If you go badly, you do not pass. I'm sorry, but the biggest complaint I'm ever going to have is this gun system. It is complete jank. And I'm really sad that so little of this game's budget went into it. It's got horrible animations, and you can only zoom in third person, so first person is just not applicable whatsoever. There is, at least from what I can tell, no recoil, which could work if this game didn't have more than 50 people per event, which most events I've attended have over 80. Because once 30 people start mag dumping in full auto all at once, the game gets laggy real fast. There is also no suppression system. You can't tell if you're getting shot at unless you can visually see shots flying past you, which is not easy in a combat setting, because there is no audio cues for bullets, only the enemy's blasters firing in the distance. There are also no sounds for when you get shot, and very, very minimal screen effects the lower your health is. So it really feels like 1 second you're fine, and the next you look down and your health is now at 10%. Rant over. You've completed Phase 2, congratulations. Have you ever heard of the Great Cadet Massacre of the 25th of January? The third phase is meant to be moderately difficult. My friends, let me recount my experience. The hours beforehand, we were directed to form squads of 8, so I found a group and we called ourselves the Chancellor's Chosen. Bless them, boys. We were just innocent little cadets. Never stepped foot out of Camino. For Phase 3, we had to win the combat simulator. As we stepped foot onto the elevator, I had a bad feeling. Just before this event, the developers had given the training sniper droids a major accuracy buff. As soon as we entered that room, one of us was picked off. Then another. I watched as every man in my squad was picked off in less than 10 seconds. Only 3 of us were able to get behind cover, and eventually we were taken out too. If you have seen Ronaldo's video on his experience, I believe ours were hosted on the same day and we had the exact same experience.
Every single squad that participated before we got onto the Citadel had been killed practically within 10 seconds of going on the elevator.
Oh my gosh, I just saw a whole squad just get obliterated. Holy shit. Oh my
Alright, this squad, when I say move, you will move.
What the fuck do you mean they just got obliterated? I thought this was a training simulation.
No one has passed yet. No one has passed yet.
Luckily, I pinged the commander as this was happening and secured my squad a retry, the only squad that would get a retry. But for those other brave souls, it was too late. As we lined up again, we listened to as squad after squad were obliterated. No one stood a chance to this development oversight. But it had to end. Before we were sent in, me and my squad had formulated a bullhorn attack formation, with me and one other member providing covering fire from the center, while 3 on each flank would bound with their extra cover. Now, we were going to use this tactic before we were instantly killed. However, now we have a retry, and we weren't just angry, we were insightful. Because we had found out that you can just shoot through walls. And so we did. Honestly, we abused the hell out of that exploit, and killed the snipers very easily, allowing us to continue our normal plan, and play the game how it's meant to. Stepping over the land that so many squads before us had fallen to, we continued to move up, cautiously. Honestly, it was really impressive, as we only had met and talked to each other a few hours before the event.
1v2 and you're going to get cornered.
I don't think I'm gonna make it, sir. I'm not gonna leave you here.
Focus on middle. Focus on...
Props to my Chancellor's Chosen, boys. And slowly, we made our way to the top of the Citadel. Victory. The first squad to survive the slaughter. Which sparked a wave, because the squad after us was able to survive it too. From my estimations, we were 2 out of 10 squads that actually made it. I hope for the next wave of cadets that they will be more fortunate than mine. Phase 3 done. Next is graduation. And you need to start thinking about what unit you want to join. There are elite units like the Republic Commandos, which are handpicked, or the ARC Troopers Special Operation Brigade, and the Senate Guard, which require you to pass a tough tryout. Or you can join the Navy and become a pilot or ship crew.
But doky, how do I become a cool Jedi?
Well, currently they're full, but when there are slots available, you can create a character and you can roll for a chance to be part of the Jedi Order. Anyways, here we are. Graduation. Now I can enlist in any unit I want to. Originally I was going to join the 91st. However, I remember that I'm Australian and this group has no support for any time zones that aren't American. Big shout out to CT0067 Smokey, who told me about an Oceanic and Asian time zone platoon that he was leading in the 212th Attack Battalion. So if you want to find me, I'm over there right now and will be for probably a while.
What do I not like?
The phase system is okay. It definitely has a lot of room for improvement here, but at least they use voice chat instead of text. The game has lots and lots of bugs at the time of this video, and it's incredibly janky. You sprint really fast, which is helpful when walking corridors, but in combat, it's a little goofy. If you're wiped, you have to do phase 2 and 3 again, which, in my opinion, is kind of useless.
What do I like?
Really cool concept, and it's highly ambitious. The scale of the group really helps out, but the biggest thing is the community. Right now, this community is really fun to be a part of, and especially with the reaction to the Obi-Wan incident. Right now, it's cool, but once the game is better developed, this will likely be an amazing part of Roblox to participate in. And I know I ragged on about it a little bit, but I still think that the positives harshly outweigh the negatives currently. And given more time, if the community keeps growing like this and stays how it is, then I think it could be one of the greatest Roblox communities. Sorry for not crediting anyone for their medal clips. I've probably downloaded over 30 or 40 just for this video, so I can't really be bothered, I'm gonna be honest. I'm going to put a link to the group and Discord for this community in the description, so if you want to join, you can go ahead and click on the links down there.
Join the 212th Attack Battalion.
Any people part of a unit, feel free to advertise your units in the comments below, or just share your experiences with this community so far and what you think about it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. Hopefully I'll have more out soon. And always, thank you for watching.